Hello, welcome to the next lesson. This is AJ from EffortlessEnglishClub.com. Let's start our next lesson, the attractor factor. The Attractor Factor is the name of a book by Joe Vitale. Joe Vitale is an interesting man. He is an internet marketer and businessman. He's kind of a marketing expert, especially for internet marketing. But he also writes about very general topics about, how to achieve your goals, how to reach your dreams in life. And he's a very, very positive man. He's got a lot of energy, very interesting and creative guy. And I really like him. I use some of his information, some of the skills that he teaches. I use it for my own business, for my own internet marketing. And he wrote this book, The Attractor Factor, as a more general book to help everybody get what they want in life, to help everybody, achieve their dreams. And the Attractor Factor, it's quite simple book and a very simple idea, and yet it's very powerful. And Joe believes that we attract things to our life. And how do we do that? With our thinking and our emotion. So for example, if we always think very positive thoughts and we always have very strong positive emotions, he believes we will attract positive things and positive people into our life. On the other hand, if we think about negative things, problems all the time, and we're always feeling negative, frustrated, angry, sad, depressed, then we will attract more negative stuff into our life. It's the basic idea of the attractor factor. And so, he states very strongly and clearly that we have to be careful what we focus on, what we think about, and which feelings we feel during every day. Because, of course, we want to bring positive things into our life, things and people and events. So I'm going to read a little bit from the Attractor Factor, and then I'll talk more about it. Here we go. Most people I talk to every day know what they don't want. I don't want this backache. I don't want this headache. I don't want these bills. I don't want to struggle in my business. You know the list. You have one of your own. Unfortunately, that's where most of us stop. The nature of our conversations, the nature of our newspaper reporting, the nature of our radio and television shows and our talk shows surround us with ideas of what we don't want. It feels good to complain. We don't feel alone. We feel heard. We feel relieved. We feel understood. Sometimes we even get answers that make our problems easier. But what we don't realize is that we are activating the attractor force in a negative way. When we say, I don't want these bills, our focus is on bills. The Spirit of life will deliver whatever you focus on. So if you're talking about your bills, you'll get more bills. You'll attract it by spending energy on it. Most people live on the level of fear. As Eleanor Moody wrote, let us remember that fear is only wrongly directed faith. We are having faith in things we do not want, rather than having faith in things we desire. Again, this is the level most people live at. It isn't bad, it just isn't very positive. And it probably isn't getting you the health, wealth, or happiness you want. Unfortunately, we seldom take this process to level 2. It's a rare person, it's a special person who will stop complaining, stop fighting, stop fearing long enough to focus on the opposite of what they are experiencing. Yet this level brings miracles and the manifestations that we want. Knowing what you don't want is the springboard to your miracles. It's the springboard to knowing what you do want. Knowing what you don't want is simply your current reality. And current reality can be changed. So it's important as a first step to remove negativity. One way to protect yourself from the negative influences of the world is to abstain from them. I remember reading how Jack Canfield forbid any negativity in his office. I love the idea. I don't watch the news or read the newspapers. Because after a while, you begin to see how you are given only one-sided, very negative news. None of the news is designed to help your well-being. But you also have to watch your friends. The people around you will share their views of the world with you. And sometimes it's not easy to separate their views from your view. If your friends are very negative, you must be very, very careful. Okay, that's the end of the section from The Attractor Factor by Joe Vitale. And so he's really just talking about negative thinking, negative focus. And Joe Vitale and many, many, many others talk about this same very basic idea. You get what you focus on. If you focus on problems, you get more problems. If you focus on being poor, you stay poor. If you focus on not having enough money, you continue to not have enough money. Thinking can create reality, is the idea. What you focus on becomes real and stays real. So he's saying if you focus on negative things, you get more of those negative things. So what's important is to change from negative focus to positive focus. For example, don't focus on being fat. If you say, oh, I'm fat, I don't want to be fat. I don't want to be fat. I don't want to be fat. You will attract more fatness. You will stay fat. Why? Because you're focused on fat. You're focused on being fat. You've got to change that a little bit and make it a positive focus. So, for example, you say, I want to be strong, healthy, and thin. It's a small change. It's really easy to do, but it will make a big difference. So you start focusing all your mental energy on being strong, healthy, thin, strong, healthy, thin, strong, healthy, thin. That's what you focus on. As you focus every day, every moment, every hour, every minute on being strong and healthy and thin, you will attract strength, happiness, and thinness into your life. In other words, your brain will start to find solutions. Your brain will take the appropriate actions to get what you are focusing on. So be very careful about this. It's okay, as a first step, step one, decide what do you not want? What are you sick of in your life? That's fine. You can say, I'm sick of being bad at English. I'm sick of being a terrible speaker. Okay, that's okay. That's step one. But you have to go to step two, to level two, and that is decide what you do want. What's the positive thing you want? That's what you got to focus on all the time. So you decide, I will speak excellent English. And every minute and every day and every month and every year, you focus on the positive thing. I will speak excellent English. I will speak excellent English. You don't think about the problems. You don't think about the mistakes. You don't think about the negative bad thing that you don't want. You focus on the positive thing that you do want. And, it's easy to fall into the negative thinking. I do it too. With the business, sometimes I'll think, oh, we're having problems. We don't have enough sales this week. And then I'm thinking all week, we don't have enough sales. We don't have enough sales. We don't have enough sales. That's what I'm focusing on. What happens? We continue to have low sales. And so I have to, smack myself in the face, jump around, do something to break my negative thinking, and I focus then on the positive. We will have great sales this week. We will have great sales every month. Our sales are increasing. And I think about that again and again. I actually made a little picture. I put it on the wall with our sales goal. We will have this many sales every week. And I look at that and I remind myself of the positive goal, the positive thing. And so, our business does get better. I'm focused on solutions. I'm focused on the positive, not just complaining. So that's the basic idea. Very, very simple, but it can make a very big change in your life if you do it constantly, all the time. So good luck. Please do this. Take your negative complaining beliefs and ideas and statements and change them into positive statements, what you do want. And then every day, focus on those things that you do want. You will bring those things to you just by focusing on them. You don't have to do anything else. Just by focusing on them every day, all the time, they will come to you. And that is the end of The Attractor Factor by Joe Vitale. See you for the vocabulary lesson. Bye-bye.